My first day shopping with Instacart. So in this video, I want to go over my first day of Instacart shopping. And let me tell you, I had a lot of fun. I had some great customers. The job's pretty easy. It's exciting. I made a ton of mistakes. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did. So I'm going to make this video here. Hopefully you'll learn something and learn how to avoid the mistakes that I made. So first off, if you haven't signed up yet or you're not sure exactly what Instacart shopping is, see my first video about what is Instacart shopping. That'll explain the whole setup and the equipment that you'll need and how to get started. This is if you've already done this in your first day. You kind of feel like you're on your own out there. The app does give you some videos and stuff and some demos. And I read that they used to have a meeting where you met with people that already did Instacart and they would walk you through stuff, but there was none of that. So I worked from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I made a terrible hourly rate. I made $75, which was not good. I could have worked Amazon Flex, which I had some other videos here, for the same amount of time and made $133 or more. But it's my first day and I made some mistakes, so I'm going to explain to you why that happened. But let's backtrack. So when your shift starts, the app automatically signs you in and you're supposed to be in the area that you signed up for. So in my particular area, there's 3 locations, Providence, Taunton, and New Bedford. I'm closest and actually live in Providence County, so I signed up for a Providence County shift. I was all gung-ho, so I ran before that, 30 minutes before that, I ran down to Whole Foods in Providence and was waiting for my order. And bam, as soon as the clock struck 11 a.m., I had my first order. I checked in. I'm like, this is going to be great. It's just like Uber. I'm going to be super busy. I accepted the order. It was 14 items, and it was at Stop and Shop. So I said, fine. The app immediately says, do you want to navigate? Here's where I made my first error. You hit that navigation button, and it's going to offer you Waze, Stop and Shop, Uber, or your cell phone provider navigation system. I picked Waze, W-A-Z-E, because I love the Waze app. Instacart application for some reason was not syncing up for Waze, so it was just leaving me hanging. I had to go into my settings, delete the default setting for Waze as the app, then go back, reopen Instacart, navigate to the location, and it brought me to the Stop and Shop supermarket using the Google Map routing. That was the first thing that went on, which is good, and I'm going to bring that up for you in a second. So it's really easy. It brings you there. Once you arrive there, you slide the green bar at the bottom and say, I've arrived. Let's begin shopping. And it shows you a shopping list. Now, when I first did my first thing, I ran inside and then swiped that. And I had all 4 bags with me and I didn't need any bags. So what I was doing towards the end of the day is in my car, before I went into the store, I'd swipe begin shopping. It would bring up the list. I'd look at the list and decide what I needed. So if I had a bunch of cold items or dairy items, I would bring my cold bags with me or hot bags with me inside. My first order of the day was actually for a business, a law firm, and I brought 4 bags in me and I'm moving them around. I didn't even need them. They were ordering stuff for their break room. So I got 4 cases of Coke, 4 cases of Diet Coke, 4 cases of water, 6 cases of Gatorade, and then a bunch of silverware, napkins, and stuff for the office. Which brings me to my next thing. I brought with me my cart. I have it in the back here. It's a foldable cart. You can make a dolly out of it and stand it up, or you can put it down flat and do it and make it into a roller cart. The links below for my recommendations. If you click on that, it'll bring you over to the Amazon, or you can go to davewrightthecapitalist.com/recommendations. And that recommendation list will have a couple carts on there. They're between $30 and $80. My cart, I believe, is $40. It paid for itself today already. And I'm glad that I got it, because when I got to the city, I had to go to a law firm that was 4 blocks away after I found parking. And it was 3 flights up in an elevator, and I had all this stuff. It was actually 2 trips. So I filled the cart with the original 8 cases of soda and the 3 cases or 4 cases of water. Brought all those up, and then I went back. I got the Gatorade, the silverware, and stuff in my bags and brought them up. So once you, let's backtrack. So once you get to the location and you start shopping, you're going to get a shopping list of items. You go into the store and you start looking at them. Now, one thing that I did, I'm in New England today. It's over 90 degrees. So I wanted to start in the stuff that wouldn't go bad. So you can scroll through the list, and I was like, okay, here's Kleenex and bleach and soap. Let me get that first. I went into that section. I grabbed that, and it's going to show you a picture. Once you say you found it, you're going to match up, say it was Clorox non-splash 55 ounce. You find that, you scan it, and it's like, oh, nope, this is the 160 ounce. You put it back. You scan it. Oh, this is not the splash free. It will give you an option to make a replacement, but I don't want to talk about that right now. If you make that error, that's fine. Just backtrack. I did it a couple times. You find the right one, and you put it in there. Now, as you're shopping, you can communicate with the person at home. So if you're finding a replacement, and I recommend that you do the demo in your Instacart. There's a replacement item in there. So wherever that shopping center is, go to that shopping center and do the demo within the Instacart app. But back to what I was saying. You're communicating with the shopper, usually right on the app as you're shopping. So next, after I did those items, I went to the produce section. After the produce section, I went to the meat section. And lastly, I went to the frozen section. Or the hot section. Somebody also got a rotisserie chicken today. So I can't reach them. They're way back there, but I have my grab bags. They're blue. They're insulated. For the hot rotisserie chicken, I put it right in the bag. For the cold stuff, I put it right in the bag. You want to make sure you're keeping the cold stuff separate from the hot and keeping the meat separate from everything else. Now, this brings me to my next thing. I am doing Instacart to help you guys teach and train. I actually don't eat meat or dairy for ethical reasons. I'm only going to do Instacart for a couple weeks here to help people train. For the first time in over 4 years, I actually had to shop from meat, dairy, and eggs. And it was a little awkward for me. Putting that stuff in my cart and getting it, and then I was thinking the bacteria and stuff. But anyway, so if you're vegan or vegetarian, this might not be the correct job for you. For me, I'm doing it for the training videos to help people out. But it was mentally a little bit difficult and challenging for me today dealing with some of that stuff. Well, let's get back to the stuff at hand. So you're shopping and you're going to when the person orders their food, they're actually looking at the online store, and Instacart kind of has the stuff. So most of the stuff should be on the order. But a lot of times, or a couple of times today, it wasn't. So you'll have to find a replacement. Then it'll offer you suggestions for that replacement. If you can't find a suggestion, or when you do find the suggestion and you scan it, it goes into a review section. Then the customer would decide whether they like the replacement or not. They might pick another replacement, then you have to go back and find it, or they might accept the replacement and review it. So let's go over that real quick. Today I had to get some Angus beef smoked frank beef, some hot dogs. They didn't have the one the customer wanted. The app recommended 3 other brands. I scanned the other brand, the app accepted it, said finished. I continued to shop, and then at the bottom of the list, it said 1 item for review. I clicked on the review, and it said the customer would rather not have a substitution, they want a refund. So I clicked on the item, I hit refund, and I pulled the hot dog off the list. When you do this, you have to remember to go back and to take that item out of the purchase list. Because if not, it's going to be rung up, and the final situation, and the customer will be charged for it. So when there's a replacement, they'll either review it and say okay, review it and say refund, or review it with another option. So the customer today also ordered loose green beans. Well, the store no longer sold loose green beans. So in the app, I clicked no longer carried or out of supply. And the substitutions, I said I didn't know what to substitute because there was no organic loose greens. Everything was like steam bagged, non-organic. So I said, I'm not picking up this item. Then in the top right-hand corner, there's a bubble. I clicked on the bubble to contact the purchaser, the shopper. And I typed, the green beans that you're looking for aren't here anymore. And there's no organic options that I thought met your needs. I took a picture of the green beans that they had. I sent it to them, and I said, if you'd like to add any of these to your list, please let me know. If not, I'm removing it from my order. Then I continued to shop. About 5 to 6 minutes later, I saw the bottom of the thing. It was reviewed, and she did add those green beans to the list. I went back to the spot. I scanned them and put them into the order. Now, there was fruit on the order today. Somebody ordered strawberries, tomatoes, cucumbers, eggs, stuff like that. You have to be the quality control for the individual. So if you're going to buy strawberries, I realized this today. When I buy like strawberries, I'm just like strawberries, I grab them. When I'm buying them for somebody else, I actually turned them over, looked, made sure there was no mold, there was no insects, there's no problems with it, the package wasn't damaged. If it was eggs, there was no cracks. If it was strawberries, that they were fresh. You want to check all the dates, make sure the dates were good. You're shopping for tips and you're shopping for somebody else. I'm going to just cut that short. I'll make more videos in the future about picking out the produce and stuff, but I don't want this to go too long. I want to get into the next part of the story. So next, once you finish the whole order, you hit complete, you hit review. It says go to checkout. You hit checkout. You go to checkout. They scan all your items. You want to make sure that they bag the meat separate, the cold items separate from the meat, and then the rest of the items together, and then fragile items that are non-bacterial. So you want to store eggs separately, meat separately, cold products together, and then I had gotten like these corn toasters things. You don't want them crushed or broken when you bring them to the customer. So I had those in the fragile bag. Or if you buy chips, you want those in the fragile bag. You don't want your chips to be smashed. Separate all those, put them in the carts. Make sure that you put the hot foods in a bag that's going to keep them hot, the cold foods in a bag that's going to keep them cold. If you don't have the bags, you can check out davewrightthecapitalist.com/recommendation. I highly recommend the grab bags. I have a separate video in this series that explains why, so go check that out. Now, once you go through checkout, you're going to have your debit card that Instacart gives you. You're going to scan it just like credit. If it comes up as debit, just hit enter. There is no PIN. It goes right through. You're going to go to your car. You're going to pack your car, and you're going to hit start to deliver. Let me stop right here with a tip. I parked my vehicle at the exit end of the building, and I parked it near where you could drop the carriages off. So this allowed me to go in the entrance that was a little bit further away, but when it was done and I had cold foods and hot foods with me, my car was really close by. Bam, I put my stuff in the car, and then instead of having to walk really far for the carriage, I was parked right next to where I drop off the carriages, got into my car, hit navigate to delivery. So now you have the delivery food, so when you're driving, make sure that you don't have cans smashing into your eggs and stuff. You don't want anything to get damaged, but you do want to drive efficiently to the person that you're shopping for. You're going to get step-by-step navigations, and again, with the step-by-step navigation, Waze didn't work. I had to use Google Maps. I guess you could punch in the address into Waze if you wanted to for an extra step. I just used the Google Maps. I went there. When I got to the door, you look for directions. The door on my first delivery said go up to the 3rd floor. The one on the next one said ring the doorbell. The rest of them said knock. You do what that does. You greet the customer with the name on the app. Say, hello, John. My name is David from Instacart. I'm finishing your order up today. Have your delivery. I say, here are XXX and here's X, and then I explain the order. And I say, we had the issue with the green beans that we solved. We had the issue with the eggs we solved. You ordered the 85%, 15% fat, 85% lean ground fat beef. I actually had that specially made. I had the produce section check in the back for the kiwis that you wanted. They didn't have them, so I made this as a substitute. It's a very good substitute. I went through the order, said thank you. Linger a little bit because I did get tips from everybody today. I got tips from $4 all the way up to $10 from individuals, so it is a tip job. I'm going to scoot forward to that because I want to go back to a little bit of the nerve-wracking stuff of being a first day, and I know this video is getting a little bit long, so I don't want to get too much. I'll make some other videos on that. So once you're signed in and you're doing everything I just said, I ran out of orders. So I was like, well, my house is in Providence County, so I'll go home. And I waited and nothing was happening. So I hit my dashboard in the app, and I noticed there was these red squares on the app that I'd hit before, and I tried to navigate there and nothing happened. Well, when I cleared the Waze app and went back to the Google thing, when you see these red squares or rectangles on your map, those are live in the moment orders that people are placing that you could go to, which was why I wasn't getting much work, which is why I only made $75 on my whole shift today. Those red squares are everywhere, and I didn't realize this. So what you want to do is once you finish an order and you hit complete order for the drop-off, go onto that map and look for the reddest, darkest square that's closest to you. So maybe there's a pink square that's really close. Maybe there's a dark red that's far away. The dark red is going to have more orders, but you're going to have to drive all the way there. The pink square is going to have less orders, but it's close, so you'll probably make it. You click on that, and a little green button will pop up that says Navigate. Click on that Navigate and choose the Google Maps. It'll give you step-by-step directions to that area. As you approach that area, bang, you're going to get another delivery for another shopper. You're going to accept it. It's going to tell you where you're driving to, whether it's in my area, we have Stop and Shop, Whole Foods, Shaw's, BJ's, and Walmart. You're going to go to one of those areas. You're going to pick your order up. You're going to go through all the steps that I just thought about and go back through. That's it. As the day goes on, you can check. There's a bar that you can check on that says earnings. It'll show you what you're getting paid and what you're getting tipped in app. Plus, you're going to be making the cash outside the app from tips. Always remember, I have some other videos through the Uber or over at Wright Property Solutions or with the Amazon Flex or the Lyft. Chart your miles. You're an independent contractor, 1099. You can chart your miles. If you want an easy way to record all the expenses that you have, such as gasoline, mileage, the bags that you buy. If you buy a cart through DaveWrightTheCapitalist.com/recommendations, you can write all that stuff off on your taxes. If you don't know how to do all that stuff, you can go to DaveWrightTheCapitalist.com/QuickBooks. QuickBooks is an online system that you can link your bank accounts and credit cards to. It'll rank the stuff, you can categorize them, and at the end of the year, you just print it out. You bring that to your accountant or your attorney to do all your write-offs for your taxes as an independent 1099 contractor. This video got really long, but I packed it with tons and tons of information. My shift ended. The app automatically signs you out, so you don't have to worry about that. Please thumbs up and like this video if you found it informative. Like and share it on Facebook. That's really helpful to me to get more followers and subscribers that I can help. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And everybody have a great day. I hope this Instacart tutorial of my first day was helpful for everybody.